Gaslight flickered, casting long, eerie shadows that danced on the cobblestones. The fog hung thick in the air, a ghostly veil that shrouded the city in mystery and intrigue. Each flicker of the gaslight seemed to whisper secrets of the past, tales of a city that never slept even in the dead of night. Cobblestones gleamed, wet with recent rain, reflecting the dim light like 1,000 tiny mirrors. The rain had washed the streets clean, but it could not wash away the stories etched into the very stones. Each step echoed with the footsteps of those who had walked these streets before, their lives intertwined with the city's history. A chill wind whipped through London's grand avenues, now deserted in the dead of night. The trees swayed and rustled, their leaves whispering secrets to the wind. The city, usually bustling with life, now lay silent, as if holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. The silence was thick, almost tangible, broken only by the occasional distant sound of a carriage or the soft murmur of voices from a nearby tavern. The year was 1888. London was a city of contrasts, where the opulence of the wealthy stood in stark contrast to the squalor of the poor. The streets were a labyrinth of alleys and byways, each with its own story to tell. The city was alive with the sounds of industry and progress, but beneath the surface a darker world lurked. Beneath the city's opulence a hidden world stirred. In the shadowy alleys and foggy streets, secrets were traded like currency. The underbelly of London was a place of danger and intrigue, where the line between right and wrong was often blurred. It was a world that few dared to enter, but for those who did, it held the promise of power and influence. In drawing rooms and salons, whispers of conspiracy travelled on silken breezes. The elite of London gathered in these opulent rooms, their conversations laced with intrigue and ambition. Behind closed doors, deals were struck and alliances formed, all under the guise of polite society. The true power of the city lay not in its streets, but in these hidden chambers, where the fate of the empire was decided. The fate of the British Empire, it was rumoured, rested not in Parliament, but in the hands of a select few. These were the power brokers, the ones who pulled the strings behind the scenes. Their influence extended far beyond the walls of Parliament, reaching into every corner of the empire. They were the unseen architects of history, shaping the world to their will, a secret society of women. These were not the ladies of leisure one saw at garden parties or the opera. They were the true power behind the throne, operating in the shadows, their actions hidden from the public eye. They met in secret, their gatherings shrouded in mystery. Each woman played a crucial role, their skills and talents combined to form a formidable force. These were not the ladies of leisure one saw at garden parties or the opera. They were the movers and shakers, the ones who made things happen. Their influence was felt in every aspect of society, from the highest echelons of power to the darkest corners of the city. They were the unsung heroes, their contributions often overlooked, but their impact undeniable. These women, cloaked in darkness and discretion, were the true power behind the throne. They moved through the city like shadows, their presence felt but rarely seen. They were the eyes and ears of the empire, their fingers on the pulse of global affairs. Their network of informants and spies was unparalleled, their reach extending far beyond the borders of London. They were the eyes and ears of the empire, their fingers on the pulse of global affairs. Their leader, a figure shrouded in mystery, was known only as Lady Margaret Beaufort. Her name, whispered in hushed tones, held a power that rivaled that of Queen Victoria herself. She was a woman of great intelligence and cunning, her influence felt in every corner of the empire. Their leader, a figure shrouded in mystery, was known only as Lady Margaret Beaufort. Her name, whispered in hushed tones, held a power that rivaled that of Queen Victoria herself. She was a woman of great intelligence and cunning, her influence felt in every corner of the empire. Her network of spies and informants was unparalleled, her reach extending far beyond the borders of London. Her name, whispered in hushed tones, held a power that rivaled that of Queen Victoria herself. She was a woman of great intelligence and cunning, her influence felt in every corner of the empire. Her network of spies and informants was unparalleled, her reach extending far beyond the borders of London. She was the true power behind the throne, the one who pulled the strings and shaped the destiny of the empire. In a secluded Mayfair mansion, hidden behind high walls and guarded by loyal servants, the midnight circle convened. This clandestine group, shrouded in mystery and bound by secrecy, gathered under the cover of darkness. The mansion, with its towering walls and iron gates, stood as a silent sentinel, keeping the world at bay and their secrets within. Gaslight cast dancing shadows on the faces of the assembled women. The flickering light played tricks, making their expressions seem both ethereal and determined. Each woman, cloaked in the finest Victorian attire, carried an air of purpose and resolve. The gas lamps, with their soft golden glow, added an almost otherworldly ambience to the gathering. They were a diverse group, drawn from the highest echelons of society. Among them were duchesses, countesses, and ladies of noble birth, their titles and status evident in their bearing. Yet there were also women of intellect and creativity, scientists, artists, and writers, each bringing their unique skills and perspectives to the Midnight Circle. This eclectic mix of backgrounds and talents made the group formidable and resourceful. Duchesses and countesses, scientists and artists, all united by their unwavering loyalty to the crown and their belief in their secret mission to safeguard the British Empire. Their dedication was not just to their country, but to the ideals of progress, knowledge, and unity. They believed that their actions, though hidden from the public eye, were crucial in maintaining the stability and prosperity of the empire. Lady Margaret Beaufort, a woman of formidable intellect and presence, presided over the gathering. Her reputation as a strategist and leader was well known among the members. She had a keen mind, capable of seeing through the fog of deception and intrigue that often clouded their missions. Her presence alone was enough to inspire confidence and determination in the group. Her silver hair, swept back from her high forehead, framed piercing blue eyes that seemed to miss nothing. Those eyes, sharp and discerning, had seen much over the years. They had witnessed triumphs and tragedies, victories and defeats, yet they remained ever vigilant, always searching for the next challenge, the next threat to their beloved empire. Her voice, low and melodious, commanded instant attention. It was a voice that could soothe or stir, depending on the needs of the moment. Tonight, it carried a note of urgency, a call to action that resonated with every woman present. They knew that when Lady Margaret spoke, it was time to listen, to prepare, and to act. "Ladies," she began, her gaze sweeping over the assembled women, "tonight we face a grave threat." Her words hung in the air, heavy with significance. The women leaned in, their attention fully captured. "Our intelligence suggests a plot to destabilize the Ottoman Empire, a plot that could have disastrous consequences for British interests. This is not just a threat to a distant land, but to our own shores, our own way of life. Our intelligence suggests a plot to destabilize the Ottoman Empire, a plot that could have disastrous consequences for British interests. This is not just a threat to a distant land, but to our own shores, our own way of life." The room fell silent as the gravity of the situation sank in. The Ottoman Empire, a crucial ally and a key player in the balance of power, was under threat. The Midnight Circle knew that their mission was more critical than ever. They had to act swiftly and decisively to uncover the plot and thwart it before it could unfold. The fate of the empire, and perhaps the world, rested in their hands. The Midnight Circle was no ordinary society. It was a clandestine network of women who operated in the shadows, their influence reaching the highest echelons of power. These women were not just socialites. They were the unseen architects of political and social change. These women were masters of espionage and diplomacy, skilled in the art of subtlety and discretion. They could turn a casual conversation into a treasure trove of information, and a simple gesture into a covert signal. Their influence was felt in the drawing rooms of London, the courts of Europe, and the battlefields of distant lands. Their influence extended far beyond the drawing rooms of London. They were the invisible hands that shaped the destinies of nations, the silent voices that whispered in the ears of kings and queens. They moved through society with grace and charm, their true intentions hidden behind a facade of social decorum. They cultivated a vast network of informants, from diplomats' wives to foreign dignitaries to humble servants. Each member of the Midnight Circle had their own unique role to play, and together they formed a web of influence that spanned continents. Their methods were subtle, their actions calculated, and their impact profound, all strategically placed to gather intelligence. Their methods were subtle, their weapons whispers and coded messages hidden in plain sight. They used their social standing to gain access to the most exclusive circles, where they could gather information and influence decisions. A seemingly innocuous comment at a society gathering could carry vital information, and a strategically placed donation to a foreign charity could fund a crucial operation. Their weapons were whispers and coded messages hidden in plain sight. They communicated through a complex system of signals and codes, using everything from flowers to fans to convey their messages. They were masters of disguise, able to blend into any social setting and gather information without arousing suspicion. A seemingly innocuous comment at a society gathering could carry vital information. They used their charm and wit to extract secrets from unsuspecting targets, and their intelligence and resourcefulness to turn those secrets into actionable intelligence. They were the unsung heroines of their time, their contributions often overlooked but never forgotten. A strategically placed donation to a foreign charity could fund a crucial operation. They used their wealth and influence to support causes that aligned with their goals and to undermine those that did not. They were the silent benefactors of revolutions and the unseen architects of peace treaties. Their actions were driven by a deep sense of duty and a desire to make the world a better place. The women of the Midnight Circle moved through their world with grace and charm, their true purpose masked by a veneer of social decorum. They were the epitome of elegance and sophistication, but beneath their polished exteriors lay minds as sharp as any blade. They were the unsung heroines of their time, their contributions often overlooked but never forgotten, their true purpose masked by a veneer of social decorum. They were the silent sentinels of their era, watching over the world and guiding it towards a better future. Their legacy lives on in the annals of history, a testament to the power of intelligence, courage, and determination.